What's up everybody, my name is Andy and welcome back to Debuff Debunk Gaming.
Debunk!
That's Christina of course, and today we're checking out the Wii U in 2021, so almost 10 years later. And we haven't even played on one or anything. It completely missed us by. And now in 2021, Christina and I were like, it's the time to buy a Wii U. So we've gone with the premium edition, which happened to be the Zombie U version, which we didn't actually realize until it arrived, which is great because, you know, it's actually a game we've ordered that we want to play on this, even though it didn't get the greatest success. But basically the premium version has a 32 gigabyte internal drive rather than the 8 gigabyte one. So there is a reason why we chose this one instead. And again, the price wasn't too bad because the prices on these are pretty good at the minute. But I'm not going too far. You're gonna have to stick around. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and like this video because there will be more videos coming out soon as well, kind of related to this. So stay tuned. But let's crack on and get into it. I mean, the box, considering its age, is actually really good condition. I mean, if I spin it around, you can see it on the top-down camera. It's actually really good condition, much better than I was expecting. There's obviously minor sort of scuffs and wear and tear on it, but very minor, I will add. But on the front, we actually have a little sticker that says $329.99, and the date is 2012, so 9 years ago, which is crazy. You probably won't see that on the top down because it is quite a small sticker, but let's get into the box, shall we? So, interesting. Now I'm gonna do it this way because I don't want to damage anything, because there is a little bit here. It does have all the inserts, but bearing in mind it's nearly 10 years old, so you know they're a little bit flimsy. I don't want to like screw them up, but let's go with what we've got here first. So first of all, we've got this little area that somehow opens. Okay, that opens, and then that opens. So first of all, we've got our USB cable charger for the Pro Controller that we've got inside the box. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a cable just there. All good stuff, so we can charge it. But this is the Pro Controller for the Wii U. Now, I've never seen one of these. I've seen a photo of one, but I've never actually seen one in person. And damn, for nearly 10 years old, okay, it's got some minor dust on it, but honestly, there's not a mark on that. Like, really, I mean, it just needs an extra bit of cleaning, but to be honest, that is like mint condition. I don't know if you can see it on this camera or if you can see it on this camera, but you know, if I hold it up to that camera, if it wants to focus, which probably won't. So the controller itself though, even on the back, there's not a single mark on it, like really. Okay, no, if you get the light on it, there's a couple minor scuffs, but honestly, you can hardly see that whatsoever. First impressions, it feels all right, actually. Like it's slightly better than I was expecting, because the shape of it looks a little bit strange, and it's kind of thin on the back there. But really, when you actually hold it, it's quite ergonomically nice. You know, that's quite nice. Not as nice as a Switch Pro controller, because I absolutely love that controller, but it's pretty good. I will say that it is pretty good. But let's put that down and continue on. So I'm just going to pop this bit over here on the floor. And let's go with the next bit. So whatever this is, I think I might have done this upside down. I think I've done it upside down. Oh no, it's all gonna fall out. Right, I'm gonna turn this upside down, or the other way, because I don't want to open it and have it all fall over everywhere, because then you guys are gonna laugh, and I will cry. Ooh. Okay, next piece. This is all the cables and stuff by the look of it. You've got another big cardboard insert just there. Let's put that down here. There's a lot in here, to be honest. Again, you can probably see with the top down, there's a lot going on inside this one box. Let's get the sort of standard stuff out of the way. We've got a Wii controller that we did pay separately for these, and they've just thrown them in the box because we, you know, wanted to use them with it. But more on that later if you don't know what I'm talking about. So hit that subscribe button. And basically, yeah, Wii controller again. Wii controllers are even older. This isn't the Wii U version. This is the original Wii controller. And to be honest, it's looking pretty good condition. I mean, there's not a mark on it, I will say. I mean, there's a couple of sort of light scratches in it, but it's not that bad considering age. So that's quite nice to see. Let's put him down here. We do have a nunchuck as well. I mean, this has got some scuffs on it. It might rub out, but in general, it feels pretty good. You know, like the buttons still work fine. To be fair, I didn't even test that on this one. Yeah, they're all nice and clicky. None of them are sticking. Feels good, feels good. So pretty happy with that because it's just the standard Wii stuff. You've all seen this before. I mean, you've all seen all of this before because it's nearly 10 years old. Next up, I don't know what this is, but it's a power adapter of some kind. There's another one that's much larger. Oh, I think this is to power the like gamepad. You know, the like big screeny bits. So that makes sense. Oh yeah, okay. So let's come back to this for a second. So we've got some proper old school HDMI cable here with serious like bends in the cable. I'm not going to be using that. I'm going to use a modern just 1080p cable, which hopefully should work. But at least we've got the original. Again, there it is to the top camera. Probably won't focus. But yeah, okay, fine. Cable. Chuck that down there. We've also got our sensor bar as well. And again, to be fair, it looks fine. There's some small dinks in it, but nothing like too bad, to be honest. It's old, you know, like what's to be expected.
I always thought that they're really flimsy. They feel like you can just snap them
Oh,
in
really?
half. Yeah, like I've had a Wii for quite a long time. Oh, well, I did have it for a long time and then I got rid of mine.
Yeah.
And I always felt that they felt like cardboard.
Yeah.
And that I found as well that sometimes they can have an issue with the connection of the wire into it.
Oh, right,
It's
right,
quite
okay.
a thin wire.
It's a super thin wire, so I totally agree with Christina on this. And if you listen, if I put it up to the microphone, it is a little bit rattly and it does feel flimsy. Most of us have probably used one of these before. If you're a little bit younger, then maybe you haven't. But yeah, this is probably the like lowest quality part of all of it, to be honest. And there's a lot of dust in that. But the cable itself is so thin, like insanely thin. So I'm hoping this works. It should do, but we'll find out. But yeah, I totally agree with Christina on that one. It is very flimsy. Yeah. A little bit rubbish, but again, it's old. Now we have this bit. No, I'm going to come back to this. This is just a massive power brick for the actual console itself, for the system itself. It's huge, like massive. So we're going to have to try and hide that under our like TV stand somehow. Monstrously large, this. But okay, that looks fine. Again, condition-wise, absolutely fine. Most of the time, these are okay.
You know what? I don't remember if it gets hot or not.
Oh, what, the power adapters? Yeah, I mean, I've never used a Wii U, so I don't know whether or not this one does, but generally they do if you're using them for a long time. It's not like the new PlayStation Pro or the PlayStation 5 where the power supply is actually built into the console, so you literally just need like the plug end into it. And then it's a bit more manageable because you've got fans in there and stuff to cool it, whereas those big old power bricks, it just generates heat. Just like a laptop charger, if either of you, or any of you even, have used a laptop charger, those things get red hot, especially on gaming laptops, like insanely hot. So yeah, for long periods of use, I reckon it will get very hot. Again, we'll find out. It shouldn't be that much of an issue because you've got like passive cooling around it all the time, unless you like pack it in somewhere, but it should be fine. This is the bit that I was confused by, and I think I've figured it out, but we'll see. This is like a two-piece thing. Again, I don't know if you see that on the top down. It's like two like areas. Let's go with this one first, which is literally just a plastic mold. Now, by the look of it, it looks like the gamepad sits on there as like an inactive dock. So if you're like, you know, had your Wii U by your TV, but you wanted the controller pad on your side table next to your sofa for like quick, easy access, well then this is probably what you're gonna have there. Nice, easy, flimsy bit of plastic. Well, it's not flimsy at all, actually, it's rock hard. It feels pretty good, and I reckon you're gonna sit your gamepad on that and then you're all good to go. We'll test that out in a minute. But then you've got a different one, which looks surprisingly like a Nintendo Switch dock, but just dun, dun, dun. But it says Wii U on it, and it's a lot smaller as well. So it's got little wheels on it. Like, I don't really understand why it's got little wheels on it, but
So you
okay.
might push it in sideways then.
maybe you roll it over, but there is like a connector in the middle. So to me, it looks like you're gonna sit it in it, and then it shoots 2 prongs out. Like I showed to this camera in case you can see it, and that camera you might not be able to see it. But yeah, so I don't really understand the wheels. But then on the bottom, we've got a power port, which is the same connector as this. So this has a separate power. It's not like the Switch where you can like plug a USB into the console to like power, you know, your controller or something. This actually has its own power brick. But that's kind of cool because again, you could actually have this by your sofa rather than like attached to your TV. So you could have this by your sofa and it's constantly on charge then. So that is pretty cool. We will test this out as well in a second when we get, you know, through the rest of it.
By the way, Andy keeps looking over there because there is a sofa there.
Yeah,
So
oh yeah. I'm looking at our sofa, so I'm like, in case you've got a sofa, and everyone's like, what are you looking at? Like, yeah, there is a sofa over there. That way, that way. So yeah, apologies for that. I am gonna just put all this stuff back in here for now.
Speak this better.
No. Ugh. Okay, let's crack on. I'll put the Pro controller over there. Let's get this box out of the way. Ooh, okay, final piece of the puzzle. So let me stick that on the side there. Yeah, that'll do, whatever. Professionalism. Okay, so we've got another cardboard insert just here. And
Looks like a mask.
oh, what, this?
Yeah. Oh, you look like Ooga Booga out of
Yeah, of Crash.
Yeah.
Wow, here it is. Let's look at the actual console first, and we'll come back to the gamepad. So, right, let's get this out. Oh, I thought there was a dead spider in there. It's not a dead spider. Like, that's pretty good. I'm glad that it's not a dead spider. This is the console itself. So you might see on the top screen, straight away you can see our microphone right up there, but there is very light scratches all over it and scuffs. I mean, that's okay. It is old. It's not like hard scratches. They are just very light sort of scratches. Clearly, they had something on top of this or below it as well, actually, by the look of it. There's a fair amount of scratches on it. But it's not that bad. It's not like really bad. And the actual condition of it, it's not sticky or anything. The air vent grills don't look dusty. The actual fan itself on the back looks pretty good as well, just there. Like, it's not caked in dust like you see with some old consoles where it's like crusted onto the fans. So this has either been cleaned or it's been very well looked after. There is a bit of dust in there, which I may have to get out at some point. But overall, I mean, it looks pretty good. I haven't tested it yet, obviously, but it should work. I mean, luckily, we've got 24 months warranty on this, even though it's like nearly 10 years old. So we should be good.
It's a pretty nice looking
It's
console.
pretty sleek, isn't it? Like,
It reminds me a little bit, if you do it the other way around, it reminds me a little bit of like, I don't know, like the PlayStation. Like
yeah.
PlayStation,
Well, like the Slims.
yeah, or like the PlayStation 3 or something. Like if it had a few more angular.
Yeah, okay,
bits on
yeah.
it.
I get what you mean. I mean, this looks more stylish than other Nintendo consoles. Like, they're clearly...
Or it looks like a DVD player.
Yes, yeah, I mean, this way it definitely looks like a DVD player. But to be fair to Nintendo, it's pretty sleek. Like, I would say that. It is pretty sleek looking. Because, I mean, the Wii... I mean, it was a bit like, oh yeah, this is clearly a Nintendo product. Obviously, they made these in white, and I've not seen those in person. But the black one, it's looking pretty cool. And I definitely get that Sony vibe from all the old, like, black consoles, with that sort of high gloss finish on the top, which is why it's so scuffed, I imagine. But yeah, on the back, we do have an HDMI output. We've got, you know, our power, our sensor bar, and everything else, basically, and 2 USB ports on the back. On the front... we have an eject disc. I doubt there'll be a game in it at all, but then you've got power button, you've got sync button, which I guess is for the Pro controllers or the pad. And then we've got a little flap. And opening up the flap, you've got an SD card slot, which I think sadly is not for expandable storage. So I think this is actually for like save screenshots, stuff like that, rather than actually like, okay, I'm gonna expand the internal storage. It's just for like saving screenshots and stuff like that. But we do have 2 more USB-A's on the front as well, and a nice little Wii U symbol on the front as well. So it's quite nice looking. Like, it is quite nice. I kind of like that. Now the good stuff, and this is what I'm like more worried about condition wise, because this is the bit that you're going to be sort of like in contact with all the time. And this is the actual gamepad. So, wow, like what a design choice. I've never held one of these in my life, which is crazy because I'm a massive Nintendo fanboy. I've had every like console essentially, other than this. And it's only taken what, like almost 10 years to get to it. So let's put this down.
I think it's really interesting how you've got the analogs both at the top.
At the top, yeah, unlike Switch where you've got one top, one bottom. Yeah, definitely.
It makes the whole thing a little bit off kilt, I imagine. When you're holding it, you're sort of pushing forward a little bit with the thumb sticks.
Oh, what, with this one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does it feel like you're kind of doing
nah.
forward motion with it?
Nah, it's nice.
Ah, right.
Like, oh, that's weirdly ergonomic. Like,
It doesn't look it.
it doesn't look it. No, it doesn't look it at all. I mean, it looks horrendous. Like when I was looking at the photos, I was like, oh my God, like that looks like it's going to be horrendous to hold. But if you look at the back, it's actually got like comfort grooves, like ergonomic grooves in it. I mean, I don't know what the hell this like huge bar is at the top. But to be fair, like when you're holding it.
It looks a bit like you can hang it if you look underneath. Or something, I don't know.
What the hell is that? There's like a screw on the back, like up here, which is strange. I have no idea what that's for, like at all.
I think I've just worked out what that bit of plastic might be.
What is
it?
it?
Stand.
Bit of stand?
It might be a stand that
What?
you can push into there.
What bit of plastic?
The bit of hard plastic you were knocking on earlier that you were like, I don't know what this is for.
Oh no, this, which I was going to get round to, this
Oh,
is,
is it just going like that?
it just sits on it like that.
I thought it might be a bit more high tech than that.
Nah,
Nah.
because there is two holes
That's
on
what
the
I mean,
back
it
end.
looks like,
That,
yeah.
again, you might not see that in the top down. There's two holes there, so I was thinking maybe you could like hook this on there, but no, this just goes there, and that sort of sits in the middle like that. First things first, for this being so old, the condition is amazing. Again, not a mark on the screen at all, actually, and there's bits of dust on it, but there's not actual scratches. Nope, it's just like small bits of dust. But the actual console itself, like the controller, the gamepad, that's incredibly good condition. Very, very minor light scratches up here where the camera is, but not actually on the camera itself. And even the control sticks look good. They've not been chewed or anything like that. Like they're not chewed up. But I'm really surprised by how ergonomic this feels. Like I'm trying to think how I would sit like and actually play this normally. But with those sort of back grips on the side there and this weird strange lip that has the ZR and ZL buttons on, it's actually quite nice. Like I'm surprised by that because I really thought it would be horrible. And
Is it heavy?
No, it's like really quite light. It's lighter than a Switch, I'd say. I mean, mine's down there, but it does have a case on. But I could compare.
It's quite rattly.
I don't know. Hang on. Let me just hold it. It's the. Oh, you know what's the rattly?
Hey,
It's a stylus. Yeah, but not as much. Ready? Right. Shh. Like it's the stylus pretty much. So you've got a stylus in the back so you can do like touchscreeny stuff. We have an AC adapter on the back, which is the same as the one for that port for this thing that I was saying about earlier. So you could just plug it straight into here if you're running out of juice. You've got a 3.5mm headphone out, which is quite nice. You've got a volume slider. Ooh, that's quite nice. It reminds me of the 3DS like feel on the sides where you like slide them up and down. That is quite nice. What else have we got here? We've got the both shoulder buttons. You just got some stuff on the back. And then yeah, you've got the like sort of what looks like an adapter that you could plug accessories into on the very bottom, but at the same time, it's gonna sit on here, isn't it? Yeah. Why it's got wheels on it, I don't know. I think they like sit in the holes on the bottom. So there is holes on the bottom here, which are the same size as the wheels. I suppose it's so you can like roll it into place like that, just so you don't scratch it, I suppose. And then it will just charge like that. providing you've got it plugged in. There does seem to be some sort of like infrared sensor or something on the top here as well, which I imagine you can do motion control with this as well.
I was going to say, is it motion control?
It's Nintendo. It's probably going to be motion control. I love how we don't know, even though it's been out for like nearly 10 years.
We've totally missed this one.
Yeah, I know.
This
it's
is
completely
like it came
gone.
out yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. This is like first release to us, you know. On the front, we've got the X, Y, A, and B buttons and standard Nintendo placement. The joysticks feel really nice. Like, they feel responsive. I wonder if they drift like the Switch ones do. We've got a start, a select. We've got TV control button. I have no idea what that is. We've got a power button and a home button, which is quite nice to see. There's a microphone there, 2 speakers by the look of it.
I wonder if that TV control is where you can make it your TV remote. You know how you get those multi
like connection things, yeah. I don't know, maybe.
Which would make sense for the infrared.
Yeah, possibly. We'll have to try it out and see. I mean, we do have a really modern TV, so it might not work. Whoop, nearly dropped it. But in terms of feel, yeah, exactly. But in terms of feel, like, I'm actually surprised by how nice that is, and the condition of it. The condition is brilliant. And again, this was meant to be like 330 quid, which is crazy. We paid a third of that price. So that's really good. But yeah, we will be doing another video on why we've bought this in 2021. So if you want to see why and hear why we've bought this, then go down there, hit the like and subscribe, and make sure you comment saying whether you've played a Wii U, you've owned one, whether you've just bought one or got rid of one. Like, let us know your experiences, because we'd love to hear. But this is pretty much it. This is just an unboxing video. In terms of, you know, what it is, it looks nice. It's old, but it is quite nice looking, I will admit. Like, I'm happy with how that looks in person, at least. On like photos, it really didn't look as nice. In the hands, it feels pretty good. So I am intrigued to play it. I mean, it's pretty obvious that the Switch has evolved from this, you know, and they've just got rid of the box and just put it inside this. It's the same sort of dock system and everything, but interesting. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, then please stick around. We'd love to see you again. So make sure to subscribe. And I've been Andy. That's Christina behind the camera that you can't see. Woo! And we are Debuff Debunk Gaming. Yeah.
Debunk.
See you later.